Hey,
Hello, how are you?
I'm so good. I'm so good. I kind of been dying to talk about this too much episode since it came up in toxic phrases.
Oh, I mean, I have so many thoughts about this, and I know that we have like similar thoughts and also different ways of looking at it,
Yeah, we
how
do,
it shows
which
up in our life.
we sort of just discovered that, which I
Yeah.
think is going to be interesting for people. But so this morning I was on the phone with my oldest, Amelia, and I was telling her what I was doing today, and I said we're doing an episode on being told you're too much. And it occurred to me, and I said, "Have you ever been told you're too much?" And Amelia's an oldest child, oldest daughter.
Yeah.
And she thought about it for a second. She's like, I don't think so. And I was like, yeah, that tracks.
Hmm.
And then I was remembering that after our last Toxic Phrases episode, my middle daughter, Francesca, posted about that was her big takeaway from the Toxic Phrases episode was being told you're too much, which she has been told endlessly throughout her life as a second child. And you and I are both youngest children.
Hmm.
I have definitely been told I've been too much a lot. But I reminded Amelia, Amelia said, I said, now, have you ever told someone that they're too much? And she was like, gosh, I hope not. But she said, we sometimes say that to Stella, who's the baby.
Right.
And, um, and I said, yeah, but my gosh, if you think about the times when she's being too much, she said she's making too much noise. I said, but we wouldn't have this. We have this phrase in our house when after we cook dinner, we all have dinner together. The kids clean up everything, and I think you taught me it's called restore the set,
Yeah, restore the
like
set.
restore the set in acting, where we return the kitchen to baseline pristine is what Jim and I prefer,
Hmm.
and they were cleaning up one night and she was being so loud and funny. And she said, she just called out spinach and mushroom. And then it became this like phrase in our family where we just kind of salute each other in absurdity. And I said, yeah, but then we wouldn't have spinach and mushroom when she's being too much.
Right.
And she started laughing. She was like, yeah, you're right. So it was kind of as an introduction to too much concept. It's more this allowing energy
Hmm.
mixed with really what someone else decides is too much. Maybe for them, it's less about us and more about what their own limit is, because when I've been told I'm too much, it's usually around like a big dream I have for my
Hmm.
life or an audacious goal or and people I feel like say it as like a recognition of a limiting factor that they have for themselves that it doesn't resonate with them when I'm being too much. I've ceased to overlap with their sense of self.
Right. We've talked about this before. So let's break that down a little bit so people get like, so how did you just say that? It's a indicator of a limiting belief they have about themselves, right?
Yes, I think when someone tells me I'm too much, it has a lot less to do with me and a lot more to do with them.
Right. So if you are having a conversation with somebody and you're telling them about this big dream, this big idea that you have, and
Yes.
they say something like, well, good luck with that, which is also you're too
Yeah.
much. Or they literally say like, you're too much, right?
Yeah.
Which always has that like furrowed brow,
Yeah.
weird smile. I'm doing it right now.
Hmm.
Right?
Right.
You're too much. Like I could never imagine claiming that.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's said or unsaid. I could never.
Mhm.
And that's fine with me if you can never. But why is it a problem if I endeavor?
Oh my God. And for me, I think this is going to be a bit of a back and forth conversation today, which I'm here for. For me, the feeling of too much is very, very like rooted in my body, my size from
Hmm.
being younger and being told, and also my personality.
So yeah, I got it a lot for personality.
Because I was loud. But I
Because
wasn't
you're not
like,
allowed to be both either.
you're not allowed to be, oh, you can't be a little overweight as a kid and be loud.
Right. Which I was both, and so were
Right.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, and so in that like you're too much because of your size and of your personality. For me as a kid, it really instilled like shame around who
Mm.
I wanted to be and how I
Yeah,
looked, right? So the how I looked is something I think is like a longer journey that I don't necessarily want to need to talk about right now, but like the who I want to be, right? Like I always have had this like yearning for something that bigger that I couldn't describe at a certain age,
right.
right?
But
And
you knew
so
you were destined for something different than the options that were presented to you,
correct.
which
And
doesn't make
so
them wrong.
it doesn't make them wrong, but then the too muchness translates into a fear of not belonging.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
I'm definitely giving you the 50-year-old, like, I am the person I dreamt of being.
Mhm.
So F you.
Right.
Like,
Right.
like if I'm too much, you be the size that you need to be, and I'll be the size that I need to be. And there's that meme about if I'm too much, go find less. And
Mm,
I've definitely had that feeling.
yeah.
I prefer to let you be you and me be me. Like I might be too much and that's okay, but I'm going to keep being who I'm going to be, and you should be exactly who you need to be too.
This is bringing something up for me that is unplanned. Can I share?
Yes.
Great. So this fear of too much, this like you be you, but somebody saying like, "Oh, you're too much," is just laced with judgment, right? They're judging you, but they're actually judging them. So
Yeah.
many years ago, I was working with a health coach for the first time, and we got an assignment about judgment that was for the next couple days, every time you have a judgmental thought, write it down. And of
Okay.
course, as like a good student in the moment, I was like, okay, great. And then she says, be careful because you're going to be writing nonstop. We
Oh,
judge all the time. She's like, so I recommend you like pick like one of your commutes on the train or something like that. I was like, okay, I can do that. So one day on the train, I like a 20-minute subway ride. I was like, I'm going to do the judgment exercise today. Had a notebook out. The thoughts were nonstop. I remember three of them and I'm going to share them. They're not, it's not the best of me, but this was 15 years ago and I've learned a lot from it.
I've heard them. I know what you're going to share. Go.
The first one was a man who was like a bit stockier and bigger, had a button-down shirt on, unbuttoned a little bit with like a necklace and like a bit like macho looking. And I had
Yeah.
some judgmental thought around his like intellectual
Capacity.
capabilities. Yeah.
Oof.
Like well, there's a macho dude or whatever that means. The other one, I remember there was a woman sitting across from me and she had sandals on or flip-flops and her toenails were a mess. And I was like, God, she's a mess. Like, just don't even paint them. You guys, I like am not this, like, I am not, I don't find myself to be that judgy, but that thought came through my head.
Yeah,
And then
I'm so proud of you. I've had the same thought about people. Go ahead. I'm
and
with
this
you
is
on
the
both of
final
these.
one that really, this one really resonated with me and still does to some extent. There was
Uh-huh.
a woman standing like over me, holding onto the railing.
Uh-huh.
Her clothes were like a little tight on her. She had a belly. She had a wedding ring on. And I
Uh-huh.
literally was like, she's as overweight, if not more than I am, but she's married.
Mm.
That one, as I wrote it down, I like broke my own heart.
Yeah.
Um, Again, not proud of these, but we all do this.
I'm proud of you for being so honest, because we all do this, whether we admit it or not, and whether we have a forum where we share it as publicly as you're sharing it right now.
Right.
We all have these judgments about people.
So that was my way of saying they're too much, right?
Right, but you didn't
I didn't do
audibly
it. Right,
say
exactly.
it.
It was an awareness. And I think from that has grown compassion
Yes.
and understanding. And also, like, it's not about me.
Right.
Your desires in life to have a big, beautiful life, your desire to run a marathon, someone's desire to make a certain amount of money. We don't know why they want to do all these things. It's not about us. But as soon as we say, ooh, that's a big
You're
dream,
too much.
that's a big one.
Right.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Needs to be added to the
Yeah.
toxic
So
list.
anyway, I'm kind of diverting, but it's all connected. It's all connected.
I think what the takeaway is for me on this episode, which we knew would be a discussion, is more about when we say it, when we're, because there's time, I'm not saying I never say somebody's too much. It's usually about me. It's
Right.
my own judgment about that person and my immediate fix. I'm not saying I never feel that. I do fix it to like that person's just doing whatever it is they're doing. Like stop
Right.
judging them. Like I have to tell myself this. And I think everybody needs, it's like anything else, it's a practice. We have to practice when we come up against those judgments and or we're feeling too much or being made to feel smaller that, there's some compassion there. Like I hope you feel a lot of compassion for your younger self
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
who's trying to figure out how to digest that too muchness.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, part of this conversation is that we recognize what it feels like to have that too muchness placed on us.
Mhm.
So therefore, when we feel ourselves projecting it to others, we can snap back and go like, no, 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 Wilberding, this is not how we want to be. Let,
Exactly.
let them be.
And to when it's an awkward situation, we're coming up on the holidays, right? Family is a big transgressor of this phrase, you're too much,
Mhm.
is whispering in the ear of the person. You don't have to make it a full blown conflict. You don't have to burn down Thanksgiving, but
Right.
whisper in the ear of the person who received the comment that they were too much. You're just enough.
Yeah.
You are exactly the right amount.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm really enjoying this podcast, Elena.
Me too. It's really fun. We get to practice our friendship more frequently.
I know. I know. The other night, I'll tell the stories this real quick, and then we gotta go because we're over time. I was going out to dinner and I had this like new jean skirt on and I didn't know how to wear the boot. And I called you, I like FaceTimed you, and you were like, I can look. And I was like, which boot? Told
Because
me.
I was driving to get
I
Teddy
know.
from daycare. Yeah, it was so cute. It was good.
I mean, not that we didn't do that
Yes.
before this, but I do feel like you're in my life a lot more, which I love. Influence me. What do you got?
Merit Cosmetics.
Oh, right. I
Do you
see
know the
this all
brand?
over Insta. It's good.
Merit. Yes. And my skin is so sensitive and
Mm,
like freak out mode. And it does not bother me. And it looks, I have it on right now.
it's beautiful.
It's not very overdone. Thank you. And it feels good and it doesn't irritate.
That's
It's
good.
at Sephora. That's where I get it.
Oh,
Sephora.
you can buy it at shops. I thought it was like a
Yeah.
online. Okay.
No,
Um,
I get it. Sephora.
Great. I'm going to go along the lines with an energy bar. Now I'm going to go to hydration. So I have a Nalgene water bottle, but you can use this in any like wide mouth water bottle. It's this little like insert that goes in the top of your bottle. They're like $2. And it has a little like pour spout in it so that when you drink out of your wide mouth water bottle, the water doesn't go all over your face. So I
You're not like
literally,
waterboarding yourself accidentally.
yeah, exactly. But the point of sharing it is that it really does help like get through the water bottle quickly. So
Oh, that's
there's
good.
that.
That's me
Yeah.
in a straw.
It's a fun little treat. All right, team. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening.
And if you needed that, please share it with someone else who might as well.
We're loving
Bye.
hearing from you all. Have a good day.